Welcome back into Local News Live. As we head into the long holiday 4th of July weekend, that means beach for a lot of people. But we're seeing an alarming number of deaths attributed to rip currents along the Gulf Coast.
Joining us now is WJHG anchor Stephen Maxwell. Stephen, thank you for joining us. Tell us about this year. How bad has it been?
Hey, thanks for having me. It's been pretty bad this year. We've already had 7 deaths, which is the peak, a 10-year peak that we've had here for the past couple of years. It's matching the highest number that we had during that time back in 2019 with 7 deaths. And yeah, it's been pretty bad so far.
Yeah, Stephen, what is the reaction been like on Panama City Beach? Of course, we're used to seeing some of these incidents, but is there any reasoning why there are more this year, or is it just something that just happens year to year, some years higher than others?
Well, the reaction from beachgoers, they don't really seem too fazed by it, maybe just a tiny bit more cautious, but we've talked to a couple of them over the past couple of days and weeks, and they're just still excited to come out here. Of course, they've heard about the news, but they're still ready to come to the beach. The reasoning, we had those storms in the south a couple of days ago that kind of churned the Gulf up a bit, and people were just still swimming during double red flags, meaning that the beach was closed, and people still decided to get in the water during that time.
And what about reaction from local officials there? Is there any sort of plan in place to help slow this down a little bit?
Well, we've been trying to reach out to council members and the mayor here in Panama City Beach. We actually got to talk to one yesterday. She says that they're just pleading with people to pay attention to the warning flags. So if there's double red flags, just stay out of the water. And that's been their message. We've been talking to them about increasing a lifeguard program where the city would partner with different businesses here on the beach to try and help pay for that. That was put in place back in 2019 or 2021. Since that time, only one business has signed on to it. It's pretty costly. It's about $40,000 per lifeguard for the business. So we've been trying to talk with them to possibly expand that program. They say they're working on it. Possibly 2 more businesses might sign on to that program here in the near future. But when it comes to just plain city taxpayer dollars paying for more lifeguards, they said they have no plans to do that as of now.
These are obviously such tragic and traumatic incidents when they happen. Obviously, are often people from out of town who are, here on vacation, having a great time on the Gulf Coast, and then something like this just happens out of nowhere. But can you just kind of break down a little bit, very basic, what a rip current is for folks who maybe have never been to a beach where they've experienced something like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of a silent killer, you could say, because it looks like the most calm part of the beach. Basically, there's some sort of break between the shore and a sandbar, and that makes the water act like a vacuum. So if you get into it, it sucks you out into the Gulf. So the one reason why this tends to be fatal if you do get caught in one is because you're trying to fight it. The best thing you can do, let it take you, just float it out, ride it out, and try and eventually swim parallel to the shore out of the rip current. If you can't do that, call for help. Don't try and fight it because that's going to wear you out, make you tired, and could lead to drowning.
Okay, so stay calm in a situation like that and pay attention to the flags. Thank you so much for your advice and for joining us. WJHG anchor Stephen Maxwell.
Hey, thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
All right, you're watching Local News Live. Please stay safe out there this holiday weekend wherever you are. We'll be right back.